Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, Evergreen Organics, and it is a bright one out today. Let me tell you, I'm super excited. I'm about to hop in the truck with my dog, and we got the trailer, and we're gonna go pick ourselves up some pig houses from a friend of mine who's lending us a couple of small A-frame houses. At the end of the month, we are getting ourselves 5 Idaho Pasture Pigs, so I'm really thrilled about it. This is just a trial run. I want to see how things go before I dive into getting 50 pigs or something like that. But that's the game plan for next year. I've got my hands pretty full with building this barn right now, but I think we can manage 5 pigs. So we're going to get rolling in the truck, and I'll take you guys along with me. All right, guys, we've been trucking down the road for, I don't know, just under 2.5 hours. And we're finally on to the little county highway where this farm is that we're going to pick up these pig houses. And you know, it's bringing back a lot of really cool old memories. I spent a year living and working on this farm, interning. This is actually where I got my feet wet learning about animal husbandry, my first like real experience with raising pigs and all that stuff. I mean, we had raised like half a dozen pigs on the CSA farm that I worked on before that, but this was where you know, I really got the chance to learn about animal husbandry. So it's pretty exciting. I haven't been back to this piece of land in 8 years, I think. I was either 24 or 25 the last time I was here. So it was quite a bit of time ago. It's going to be interesting to see. This land is no longer farmed. So the house is now a rental property, and yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on with this land. So I'm hanging out. We got farm dog with us, so it's pretty exciting. This is a really, really beautiful view. This area of central Wisconsin is really particularly gorgeous. The rolling hills in the Amherst area. I'm just crossing over the Tomorrow River right now, and there's actually right about 100 feet over that way is an artesian well that we used to go and get water from. Pretty cool. Brings back a lot of old memories. Here it is. This used to be Rebel Ruminant Organics when I was an intern there. Pretty cool. What do you think of all this, Gertie? Here it is. Here's the old farmhouse. Really cool. Beautiful standing seam metal roof on there. Can't believe the old greenhouse is still here. You guys, I haven't seen this place in 8 years. I have a lot of fond memories here. This beautiful old timber frame barn. My buddy Chaz paid to have a standing seam metal roof put on that too. And then if you guys probably can't even barely see from this video, but way out there in the field, just to the right of that big old white pine, that is one of the pig huts. And there's 2 of them, and they're frozen solid to the ground. So this should be a good time. We'll probably have to spend a little time chiseling and hammering, and they're frozen solid to the ground, I'm sure. So I'll check back in with you guys in a minute here. So this barn right back here behind me, a quick funny little story. There was a guy that stopped by here with a shotgun back in the day, and he asked if he could shoot some pigeons. And we were like, yeah, of course, you can get rid of our barn pigeons. So I came out there after he shot a few of them, and I said, well, what are you doing with them, you know? And he's like, oh, it's squab. They're delicious. Haven't you ever eaten a pigeon before? And I had never eaten a pigeon before. So I went into town and I got myself an air rifle, and I came back out here and I shot like, I don't know, a dozen of them. And then I plucked them and pulled the crops and took them inside, and we stuffed them with pork sausage and roasted them whole and ate them. And it was like one of the most memorable meals I've had in my entire life. Chaz and Megan ate that meal with me, and Megan, she still talks about it. She remembers it exactly. You know, squab is like, it's like dark meat like duck, but it's not greasy. I don't know, it was really tasty. It was a fun experience, but just seeing this barn brought me back to that. It was God, was it Jeremy? I think it was Jeremy, the timber framer, Jeremy Woodliff, that came out here and shot those pigeons. So anyways, we're gonna get to work and getting these godforsaken pig huts out of the snow. So this is what happens when you think you got the camera rolling, but you don't. Here is the first pig house. It's nice and close to the house. This sucker was frozen solid to the ground, so I had to go and get me some tools for ice chiseling this thing out, whatever you want to call it, chiseling this thing out. That was a real pain in the butt. So not the most fun, but for free use of these pig houses, I guess it's worth it. I had no idea that they were going to be frozen to the ground out in the field. I heard when I was told about these pig houses, I heard one was easy to get to and one was hard to get to, and this was supposed to be the easy one, and this is a pain in the butt. So I hope the other one isn't as hard as this. But now we just got to get this somehow over that fence and into the trailer all by myself. When I say we, I mean me. The royal we, me, myself, and I. Be a farmer, they said. Follow your dreams, they said. You'll have weekends off, they said. Especially animal farming. Okay, out we go to the next one. First one got loaded up. I'm really excited about this, guys. You know, I've never raised Idaho Pasture Pigs. The hogs we had out here were Berkshire, Hampshire, Wilshire crosses, I think. Yeah, it's pretty exciting to raise truly pastured pigs, you know. We tried to raise pasture pigs here, and you can even see, I don't know if you guys can see this, if it'll zoom in there behind me. So that's actually right where we had the pigs. In the back of the barn there, that's where all the sow pens were. I mean, all the sow pens, I say that, we had 2 sows. But we had Berkshires, and they just root everything so bad, you know, it's not good for pasture. You put them out on a huge chunk of pasture, a fresh paddock, you know, and they'd root that thing to nothing in, 48 hours. So I'm excited to just see what this is like, raising pigs that I can actually try to do intensive rotational grazing with. So we're just making the long trek out now into the field for the that second pig house, and I'll see if we can get that thing unfrozen from the ground. And oh, there's a beautiful stick straight eastern white pine over there. Maybe I'll talk to my buddy and see if he'll donate it to the barn. That'd be pretty nice. But yeah, I was really hoping these weren't going to be out in the field frozen to the ground, but what you gonna do? Nothing's easy in farming, is what it is. And I'm kind of lazy by nature, you know, so I really picked kind of a poor dream for a lazy guy, but here we are. Anyways, let's get this sucker unburied, huh? Ugh. Boom. Second one unfrozen. Thank God there was an ice pick in that barn, or otherwise I would have been absolutely screwed. So now I just need to drag it all the way back over there. But I'm going to show you guys something really quick. So right behind me, show you guys, okay, so there's the pen. in the woods down there, right behind me. I'm gonna take you guys for a little walk down here. So when I lived here, I actually lived in a trailer that had been converted into a chicken coop and then had been converted, it was like a camper. And then we gutted the thing down to the studs and insulated it and did all tongue and groove pine on the inside of it. It was really, really beautiful. But so I lived in this little wood, like little cabin on wheels thing while I was here. And the Tomorrow River, well, you know what? I'll just show you guys. So on the very corner of the property, there's a little trail. And you can see this is the old turkey roost here from the first year we raised turkeys. Here's an old trailer chassis for, I don't know what we used that for. I don't know if we had a chicken coop on that or what. But it's crazy. So I'll show you guys down this trail. So we've come down that trail and some beautiful pines back here. But so this right here, this is where I used to keep that trailer. This is where I lived. And every morning I would get up, open up the door of that little camper and walk out right over here. This is my spot. Not a bad view to wake up to every day. This is a beautiful little honey hole right here. And this is a Class A trout stream. You can catch trout like mad in this little spot. But really gorgeous. Nice sandy beach over there. There's a big hole right there so you can swim over your head. And this is like one of the most beautiful places I've ever gotten to experience. Definitely the best view out my back door. So people like to give me a hard time about living in a camper and living in a teepee and living in a yurt and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I'm a little domesticated nowadays, but I tell you what, I would not trade this experience that I had here for anything. I learned a lot about life here. You know, guys, it's so crazy to me to come back to a place like this that meant so much to me a long time ago. And it's so far out of the way from anywhere that I normally travel. You know, I look around at that beautiful river and I think to myself, like, maybe I'll never get back here in my lifetime, you know? Have you ever had that experience? This is a really, really beautiful and special place. I made a lot of mistakes here and I learned a lot while I was here. I definitely did. But the work never stops. So we've got the last pig house and we got to drag this dirty dog all the way back way over there. Yep. So I might as well get started on it, huh? Okay. We're dragging her back and look at this. What a nice path they have for us, huh? Not so bad. Okay, friends, there you go. We got them both loaded in. Exciting stuff. That was a pain in the butt. That was a long way to drag that thing, but Chad, who lives here now, he came home and helped me get this thing in here. That was a really, really nice of him. So we're going to get loaded up and get the heck out of here before we hit nighttime. So thanks for watching.